Hey there, Areli here from withhisgifts.com. Welcome and thank you so much for stopping by. Today I have another video tutorial for you and we are going to learn how to create this lovely card. So let's go ahead and get started. Today's project features a bundle that is available in the upcoming occasions catalog, and it includes the Lift Me Up stamp set along with the coordinating up and away thinlits dies. When you purchase them together, you save 10%, so you get an amazing deal on an amazing product. And then also this die set in particular coordinates with another stamp set that is new in the occasions catalog. And I apologize that I don't have that stamp set to show you, but in all my excitement, when I pre-ordered my items from the occasions catalog, I ordered that particular stamp set in the wood mount, and I don't much care for the wood mount, so I sent it back so they could exchange it for the clear mount. And in the midst of all the Christmas shipping going on, the post office lost it. I never got it. Stampin' Up is reshipping or has reshipped it, and I will get it next week. So I don't have it to show you, but trust me, this coordinates with another lovely stamp set in the occasions catalog, and that's more bang for your buck. We'll also be using a few of the punches today. We'll be using the Scalloped tag topper, the bitty butterfly, and the classic label punches. And the ink pads that we're using today are Early Espresso and Sahara sand. For our paper, I have my card base here in the Sahara sand, and it is cut at 4 1/4 by 11, and it's scored at 5 1/2. And then we'll be using the Falling in Love Designer Series paper that is new to the occasions catalog. It is gorgeous and a must-have, so you need to be sure to add that to your wish list. You'll want to have it. We're going to use a couple of the pages. This one here will be our first layer on our card front, and it is gorgeous. It's double-sided. Each side is as lovely as the other. We'll be using this side, and this layer is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. We also have a second piece from that lovely designer series pack. Both sides just as lovely. We'll be using the butterflies, and this one is cut at 3 by 4 1/2. Then we have a piece of the Sahara sand that is cut at 2 by 4 1/2. Then we have, for our balloon, I have a piece of Very Vanilla that is cut at 3 by 4 1/2, and we're going to use our dies to cut our balloon out. And then also for our balloon, another piece of the lovely DSP, and this is cut at 4 by 4 1/2. Okay, I have a couple of pieces of scrap and Very Vanilla and the Blushing Bride. And finally, some of the other things that we'll be using today are my Big Shot. I will also be using Fast Fuse, mini glue dots, the Stampin' Dimensionals, my bone folder, a sponge. I will be using some of the Jewel Basic Pearls, and then we're going to be using this lovely lace doily. This is new to the occasions catalog, and it is also a must-have. You want to put them on your wish list and make sure you have them on hand for all of your projects. This is cardstock, so you can ink it, and it's a little bit more durable than our delicate doilies, which are also lovely, but this is gorgeous. And then one side is Very Vanilla and the other side is Whisper White, so that's pretty awesome too. But again, put these on your wish list. You want to make sure you have them on hand for all of your projects. We're going to be using the Very Vanilla side today. Okay, as always, I'm going to go ahead and get started with our Big Shot pieces and get those cut. And for that, I'm going to grab the pieces of cardstock. This is the Very Vanilla, and then this is the DSP. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab my dies. I'm going to use this on my Very Vanilla. So I'm going to go ahead and pop it right on there. And then these pieces here I'm going to use for my butterfly from the Falling in Love Designer Series paper. Okay, just like that. So they don't necessarily need to be lined up over here or anything like that. So this is my sandwich. I have my magnetic platform and a brand new acrylic plate, and then my paper and my dies, and then another brand new acrylic plate. Isn't it pretty? It's not going to be pretty for long, trust me, but it's pretty now. So I'm going to run this through my Big Shot, and then I will be right back. So there you have it. There are our pieces. Lovely, lovely, lovely. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to flip this one over, my little Very Vanilla. I'm going to go ahead and use my Tombow glue, and I'm going to apply some glue just slightly, randomly on the back of my balloon. Okay. And then I'm going to apply the pieces. So what I did here, butterflies face down, because those will be visible through my top layer balloon. And then the second piece, also butterfly, face down, okay, like so. The next layer, I kind of kept the butterflies face up, so I wanted the pink, the other pattern, to show through. So I did this like so, and then I returned it to my butterflies for the next layer, like so. Okay, and then my final layer was the pink again, just like so. Okay, there. So now when we flip it over, we have a balloon that looks like that. Isn't that beautiful? Now I did forget, I did forget, and I apologize. Our little basket is also, we used a die cut to cut. So I'm gonna grab that. I will be right back. Okay, so I just went ahead and cut the piece that I needed. And I used this tiny little die set, which is the basket for our balloon. And I cut it in, this is yet another pattern from the same designer series paper, the Falling in Love Designer Series paper. This is the one side which has the grid pattern, and then the other side, both lovely. I'm telling you that this is a absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous designer series paper collection, and you want to definitely add it to your collection. So, okay. So how I attach this, I just went ahead and grabbed a glue dot, and I put it right on the middle like so, okay? And then I mounted that right onto the front of my okay? There we go. There she is, okay? And I'm going to set that aside, and we are going to move on with the rest of our stuff. The next thing that I'm going to do and go ahead and get started on is the tag. There is a tag behind our balloon here, and for that I'm grabbing the piece of the Sahara sand, and I'm going to go ahead and grab my Scalloped tag topper punch. I'm going to slide that in like so, punch out the top, and voila, instant tag. This punch is absolutely gorgeous and also must have. And then, oh, something else I forgot on our supply list. I'm going to need my scoreboard. Okay, so here is my scoreboard. And I'm going to set that in the corner like so. And then I'm going to grab, because I know I should keep things together, but I don't. But here's my score tool. And I went ahead and scored it at every 1/8 of an inch. So there. Oh, I'm gonna use this side. Nope, this is the smaller side. Okay. So I'm just going to create a corrugated cardboard effect. Oopsie. It's always so much hard doing stuff when you're on video because you can't quite see what you're doing. You're trying to stay out of the way of the camera. But anyways, I am going down and I am scoring every 1/8 of an inch all the way across my tag, like so. Alrighty, so there is that. Now we're going to, once that's done, we'll flip it over and we'll use the embossed side. So this side that's raised, but for right now I'm going to set that aside and put it right next to my balloon. Okay, and I am going to go ahead and grab my other pieces. So my card front and my bone folder. I'm going to do like so. Then we are going to grab a sponge and our Sahara sand. Okay. I'm going to open up my Sahara sand and I am going to distress sponge a little bit. And Sahara sand is the most subtle of the browns, and that's the look that I'm going for here. And I look lost, or probably not because you can't see me, but I'm looking for something. I'm out of grid paper for underneath and I want to protect my workstation, so give me a second. I'm gonna go grab some pepper and I'll be right back. Okay, I did find my craft sheet, which works just as well. So I am going to, this is a brand new sponge, so my other sponge that I sponge my browns with has seen its last day, so I had to toss it. So I'm going to make sure that this is good and loaded. Okay. And then I'm just kind of going around the edges like so. Like I said, this is very, very subtle. Squeaky like new shoes. New sponges and new shoes both squeak. Okay. So it's a very, very, very subtle look, but you can tell the difference. You definitely can. And we're going to do that to all of these pieces, including our card front. Okay, so there are our pieces. And I am going to set these aside for 1 second because I'm going to bring my balloon and my tag back. And then I'm going to go ahead and yes, that balloon is a little bit too stark for me, so I am going to go ahead and I am going to tone that down a little bit with the sponging. And again, this Sahara sand is the most subtle of my browns, and it gives it the distressed look that I'm looking for without totally taking away the very vanilla color. It just gives it a little bit of aging, which is what I'm looking for, like so. Okay, so we will do that to our balloon until we're happy with what it looks like. Okay, so I am happy with what the balloon looks like. It's gorgeous. Okay, so for our tag, remember that we want the raised side up, and what I did here was raised side down. I kind of just lightly ran it across my ink pad to just give it an aged and distressed look. Don't press down on it because then you'll have splotches, and you kind of just want some subtle aging going on like so. Okay, that's perfect. Okay, and then we will continue with our sponge to give it that finishing touch. And there is the finished tag. Okay, And then we have a few more pieces. And then we'll be ready to assemble the card. So we're going to go ahead and grab the Scrap Blushing Bride and the Bitty Butterfly. And we want 3 butterflies. And then we're going to go ahead and sponge the edges of our butterfly. Okay, so there are our butterflies. And then the final, I'm going to grab my Early Espresso. I am going to grab my Sentiment. I have the scrap of the Very Vanilla. I am using the Thanks for Lifting Me Up right here, which is right down here. I'm going to go ahead and mount that onto my G block right here. Okay. Then I'm going to make sure that it is right side up. Like I said, it doesn't matter because we are snipping it with our punch. So in the Early Espresso, I am inking her up, okay? And then I'm going to just stamp her, hold her down for 1 second. Perfect. And then I am going to grab the last of the punches that we're using today, and that is my classic label. I am going to line up my Sentiment just like so. And punch her out, okay? And then I put away my Early Espresso, but did not mean to, because we are going to sponge around my Sentiment in the Early Espresso, so a little bit darker, like so, okay? There we go. There, now we're ready to rock and roll, okay? So we will grab our bone folder, and we will give it a little bit of distressing on all of our layers, like so. So there's my tag. We're going to do this to this layer. So what I'm doing is I'm putting my bone folder in the middle, and then I'm going to under like that on both edges. Then I'm flipping it over and doing the same thing. So just going to give break down some of the fibers in your paper, and then I'm going to just flick my corners up like so. Okay, that is perfect. Then I'm going to do the same thing to this piece. Okay, and then one final for my Sentiment. Same thing. From the back, we're going under, and then we'll flip the corners out. Oh, I think we can flip the corners out. There we go. Okay, there we go. So now we are ready to assemble this card. So let's get all our pieces over to the side, and I have my card front, and I'm going to move this out of the way so we can see. Okay, so here's my card front. I'm going to go ahead and grab my fast fuse, and then I'm going to take my very first layer of my card front. I am going to flip that over, and I'm going to put some fast fuse down. Okay. And when I'm looking for like my distressed layers, I don't really take my adhesive all the way out to the edge because I don't want it to lay down. I want it to be lifted like that. And then the next thing that I do right here, I kind of roll my corners like so, okay? Just to give it some added distressing, because you know that's gorgeous. Okay, alrighty, so that is my card front, just like that. Isn't that gorgeous? The next thing that we want is going to grab the second layer in our butterflies and make sure that it's facing right. You know, look for the antennas on your butterfly and make sure that they're facing up. We're going to flip this. We're going to do the same thing with this. We're going to put some fast fuse down, not all the way to our edges. but close. Okay, then we are going to kind of offset this a little bit, like right about, I think that looks good, like about there. Okay, and then we will do this, and we'll also roll up our edges or our corners like so. Okay, starting to look pretty. Alrighty, so that's what we have so far. So the next thing that we are going to do is we're going to take our tag and we're going to flip over our balloon, and we're going to grab some dimensionals, and then we are going to put some dimensionals onto our balloon like so. Okay, because we're going to plop that right on top of our tag, and we want it to have a little bit of dimension. Okay, and then I think what I did for this, because it's a little bit smaller than a dimensional, so I am going to go ahead and grab one of my corners here and put that on the back like so. Okay. Okay, so let me go ahead and peel off my backings. Now, for those of you out there thinking that this, you know, probably when you saw the card you thought it was complicated, it really isn't. Don't be afraid to experiment with layers, because the end result is almost always gorgeous, really. And it is not difficult at all. It really isn't. I mean, you might have a couple extra steps than you normally would when you're putting together a simple card, but I think the results are worth it. Alrighty, so we're gonna find this little pretty thing here that I completely forgot about, because we're gonna distress it a little bit, because we can't have everything else distressed. Sahara sand, okay? And then not have that distress. So just pouncing on it a little bit, just to give it a little bit of distress. Okay, I'm lifting it off my table, not for any particular reason other than to not get my table, not get ink on it, because I moved my craft sheet. So okay, so that looks kind of good to me. And even, maybe even do some of this. Yeah, there we go. Okay, there we go. So then what I did was, I took my fast fuse and I flipped my beautiful tag over, and I put some fast fuse along the back. Okay, then I kind of placed my tag where I wanted it to be, and I pressed down my tag like that. Okay, then we flip this over and grab some more dimensionals. Okay, so I put some dimensionals on the back of my tag. Started with my corners, and then I put a couple in the middle here. Okay, let's get the backings out or off. Okay, alrighty. Then we will flip this over like so, and we're going to offset it, okay, with our lovely layers that are underneath. And look how gorgeous that is. Look at how when your layers start coming together and forming something beautiful, it's just so rewarding. So again, do not be afraid. Do not be afraid of layers. Okay, so now we are almost there. We are almost there. I am going to go ahead and grab my pearls. Okay, so I have right here these lines. I'm going to grab 1, 2, 3 of those, one for each of the butterflies. So this is going to be the body of each of my butterflies. All right, I will grab this, peel it off, put it onto my butterfly like so, okay? And set it on there without pushing, and then that will give you a little bit of wiggle room before you commit. Alrighty? Okay, and that looks good to me. I will do that to the 3 of them. Alrighty, so there are our butterflies, and then what I did was I got some glue dots, okay? So I will put my butterfly right on top of a glue dot, like so, and my next butterfly and my next glue dot and my final butterfly and another glue dot, okay? Just like so. And then I grabbed a butterfly along with the glue dot, and then I kind of put one starting right about so on the bottom. Then I bent my butterfly wings up, grabbed my next butterfly, and I put it up on the top like so. Okay, also flipping my wings up, and then the final butterfly in the center like so, and also flipped my butterflies up. Isn't that gorgeous? That's so gorgeous. All right, we have a couple of glue dots for my sentiment. So right where the dip is on each end, one glue dot, and then another glue dot. And then I kind of went across the front, tilting a little bit, offset, offset. Okay, flipping up my ends like so. Okay, that looks good to me. And then again, rolling my edges for that distressed look, like so. Alrighty, now we are in the home stretch because now we just need to put some pearls, okay? So what I did was I grabbed on each of my corners, I have one of the big pearls, okay? And then I have one of my medium pearls, okay? So I line them up, small to big, just like a little snowman, okay? Oh, you know, I don't ever use a tool to help me with these things, and I don't ever have a problem with getting them on there until I'm making a video, and then I look like I don't know what I'm doing. So anyways, we're going to get these on here. We are, I promise. We are, I promise. There we go. Flip that over, okay? So just like that, and then the teeniest of them right here. I'm not even gonna try to grab that because I'm having issues. So just get it down without pressing, and then you can have some wiggle room to kind of line them up. They're not right on top of each other. There's a little bit of space there. Okay. So like so. So once you get them like that, you can press down. And there you have it. Super duper easy, super duper quick, and super duper elegant. So make sure that you jot down the supply list down below, and then head on over to my website and place your order. For some of the products, you will have to wait till January 4th, but on January 4th, place your order so that you can get the product and make these gorgeous, gorgeous cards at home. And I just want to close with a few reminders. Reminder, Occasions catalog goes live on January 4th, and it goes through May 31st. It is jam-packed with amazing, gorgeous new product. It is my favorite catalog to date for sure, and you do not want to miss any of the product that is in there. So head on over to my website at withhisgifts.com. Print out a wish list so that you can keep track of what you want and check off when you get it, because you are for sure going to be shopping in that catalog for months to come, trust me. And also beginning on January 4th is a sale-a-bration. And sale-a-bration, for those of you who don't know, is the most wonderful time of the year after Christmas. And what sale-a-bration is, this brochure here is jam-packed with some lovely and amazing product. You can see some of them on the cover here, that you can earn for free. So from January 4th through March 31st, for every $50 that you spend before tax and shipping in any of the current catalogs, which includes the occasions catalog and the annual catalog, for every $50 that you spend pre-tax and shipping, you get to choose one of the items that is in the sale-a-bration brochure for free. Yes, free. And doesn't get better than that. So that starts on January 4th as well. And then all things new means that, you know, some things are old, but not old. But the holiday catalog is going to go away. So you have until January 3rd if you were looking for getting some of the product in here. There are some product that they are carrying over and that you will still be able to get after January 3rd from the holiday catalog. I do have a list of those items on my website at withhisgifts.com, but those that are going away, if you've been waiting, now is the time to get them. So yeah, those were the reminders that I had. So thank you so much for stopping by. If you enjoyed this video tutorial, be sure to leave me a comment down below, like this video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Until next time, thank you and have a great day.